Hello everyone. Today we are starting chapter 3 or unit 3, linear functions. Please remember as you're watching the videos to take notes in your Cami of the note packet. If you have any questions, jot them down, bring them to me in class. So today we are starting rate of change and slope. So rate of change tells on average how a quantity is changing over time. If x is the independent variable and y is the dependent variable, then rate of change is change in y over change in x. For example, the graph shows the population of growth in China. Find the rates of change from 1950 to 1975 and for 2000 to 2025. So it's the change in population, which is 0.93 minus 0.55, over the corresponding years, 1975 minus 1950. You do this subtraction and you get 0.0152. If we do the same rate of change from 2000 to 2025, it's 1.45 minus 1.27 over 2025 minus 2000, and we get 0.0072. Note that there's a star next to the 2025 that's estimated. Explain the meaning of the rate of change. So from 1950 to 1975, the growth was 0.0152 billion per year, or 15.2 million per year. And that's important to note what the label is on the y-axis. From 2000 to 2025, it was expected to be 7.2 million per year. How are the different rates of change shown in the graph? The greater vertical change from 1950 to 1975 than for the 2000 to 2025. Therefore, the section of the graph has a steeper slope. Exercises. So I want you to pause and try to do number 1 and come back and check your answers. Okay, so hopefully you did number 1 and found that for women from 2000 to 2025, the rate of change is 84 minus 80, which is 0.16 years per year. Years life expectancy per year. And for 2025 to 2050, it's 0.12 years per year. The rates happen to be exactly the same rate of change for the men, even though the values were different. So explain the meaning. The meaning of the results is the average life expectancy will increase 0.16 years per year from 2000 to 2025, but only 0.12 years per year for 2025 to 2050. They both increase, but from 2000 to 2025, it has a larger increase. A rate of change is a constant for a function when the rate of change is the same between any pair of points on the graph of the function. Linear functions always have a constant rate of change. Determine if the function's linear. So when I look at this one, I notice that here I'm adding 1 for that group for the x's, then I add 2 for the x value, then I add 1. It's important to note what happens in change in y and change of x. So here I add 4, here I add 4, here I add 4. So right here, I know that this is not linear because while the y increased constantly, x did not. X is not. Therefore, the rate of change is not constant. So it's nonlinear. So when I look at number 2, here I went down 3, here I went down 3, here I went down 3, here I went down 3. Then from -4 to 1, I went up 5, up 5, up 5, up 5. So this is linear because the rate of change is constant. And specifically, it's 5 over -3. It's change in y over change in x. Find the slope. The slope of the line is the ratio of the change in y, or the rise, to the change in the x-coordinates, the run. You move in positive direction. Find the slope of the line. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to pick 2 points, always start from left to right, and I go down, in this case, 3, right 1. So since I went down 3, that's -3 over 1. Again, I pick left to right. I draw the step. And here I went up 4 and over 5. So that has a slope of 4 over 5. This line is flat, it's horizontal, and horizontal always has a slope equals 0. Slope of a line is always m, it's rise over run, or it's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, where the points x1, y1 and x2, y2 are the coordinates of 2 points. I'm also going to say that a lot, that it's change in y over change in x, which you can write as delta y over delta x. Find the slope that passes through these points. So I'm going to use my formula, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. The order really truly doesn't matter as long as the points are on top of each other. So I'm going to do 5 minus -2 over -3 minus 4. So notice that -3, 5 is the point that are vertical. And this gives me 7 over -7, which is -1. Find the value of r so that the line goes through those 2 points equals that. So again, I'm using my formula. So m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. I'm going to substitute what I know. So I know my slope is -2 over 7. It's -2/7, but you choose which one you want to put. My y is r minus 4 over 10 minus 3. First, I'm going to simplify that denominator. So that's r minus 4 over 7. So then I have -2/7 over r minus 4 over 7. It's a proportion, so I cross multiply. I get -14 equals 7 parentheses r minus 4. I solve. -14 equals 7r minus 28. Add 28. And that gives me 14 equals 7r. Divide by 7, so r equals 2. So here's the practice problems that we're going to work on tomorrow during class on the Go Formative. And then here's an important note down here. Positive slope goes up from left to right. Negative slope goes down from left to right. 0 is horizontal. Undefined is vertical. That's very important. Please make sure you remember this. If you have any questions, please bring these to class tomorrow.